Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode X-13 of Retro Gaming with Atari Man 71. Before I begin, I'd like to remind everyone to play the games you have. It's great to grow your collection, but remember to play the games you already have.
Nice work.
I'm doing these streams and these recordings
Lord
because I have an extensive collection, and I really hadn't touched it in almost 15 years. Try not to collect these games like your trading cards, which is kind of what I was doing.
Yeah.
They were made to be played, so I think that you should. I'm playing mine, and I'm really having a great time doing it.
Hooray!
I just want to add that if you enjoy retro gaming or legacy gaming, as I'm calling second generation video games, and videos like this, please like, subscribe, and follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. I'm active on all three platforms under the name Atari Man 71. In this episode, I'm going to continue playing Fable: The Lost Chapters, which was published by Lionhead Studios and Microsoft Game Studios.
Lord Paladin.
When we left off last time, I had just finished the arena. I had walked out while Whisper was defeated, but I didn't want to kill her. And so I'm picking up here, and all these people are cheering me on because I just beat the arena. But
heroes, Paladin.
I'm going to go to the Heroes Guild. I'm going to show you some stuff. I'm going to spend the experience points. I gain a lot of experience points. So I'm just going to warp with my guild seal. First, I might need a carrot, I guess, to make my health better. I always have difficulty with that. See, it shows me pushing the down button. There we go. You have to push it from the center, and I always push it from the bottom. So let's go to the Heroes Guild. Teleport. I almost wonder if you could teleport out of the arena into the Heroes Guild and then back. You know, I can't try that now because once you finish the Heroes Guild, you can't go back in, or the arena, you can't go back in. So maybe that's something I'll try in another gameplay at some point. Okay. So let's see if there's any quests here. Trader Massacre, Break the Siege, Lost Trader. Okay, so there's some quests here. I'm not going to play. I might play for a full hour, but I'm not going to go over like I did for the last episode. Okay. So we got 80,000 general, 10,000 strength. So let's go to strength first. And toughness is 9,000. Physique is 24,000. So let's up our toughness. And I do think I want to buy some health. It's only 6,000. It's a bargain. So let's buy that. Okay. So skill. I mentioned last time. Speed is the one that I really want. That's 21,000. That's expensive. It's expensive, and my speed is actually already pretty high. So let's go down to will. Let's see if we can up our spells here. So Inflame, that's 22,000. And Inflame is actually a very powerful spell that you can do. Surround spells. Let's go Slow Time. So that's 18,000. That's cheap. So let's do that. Because the more you have slow time, the longer you have to defeat your enemies. And we don't have any of the others in there. Physical spells. We have Physical Shield. That's expensive, but we will master it. And I use that quite a bit. So let's go ahead and buy that. It's expensive, but so I've mastered it now. Heal Life, I don't use that a ton. I mostly use that for my companions. So Lightning, that's 48,000. We have just enough to master that. And I will tell you, Lightning is very powerful when you master it. We don't have enough to master this, I'm sure of it. Divine Fury is 25, 22, 47. So we have enough to do both of those. So because lightning is already at +3, we're going to do Inflame and Divine Fury. I think we're going to be out of juice, yeah. 2,000. So, go back. Skill. And that's accuracy. Now, accuracy is ranged, and I don't really use ranged weapons that often, so I'm gonna skip that. I'm in favor of speed here. So now you see I up the physique, so he's a little bigger. Gets a little awkward and clumsy almost. So I'm going to go somewhere where there's not so much noise. I'll just go out here.
Can I be of assistance?
So here's something I've never talked about before. This is a demon door. And you'll find demon doors throughout Albion like this. And it means it's not available at this point. So that's what they look like when the face disappears. So that's here, but you can't do anything with it at this point. It doesn't even show as a marker on the map. Normally they're a little purple marker, and once you open them, they turn to a white marker. But this is the most pleasant, probably music we can get. Another little thing, if you go here, you can look inside, behind the gates of the guild. I don't know if you can look out from inside though, because this would be behind the dorms, and I don't think you can get back here. I may be wrong though, but I don't think you can get into that spot to look out there. So before we go further, we have something called the logbook, and in here there's a thing called books. And I had mentioned before you can read the books. Well, this is where you can read the books. So these are the books you have in your collection. But you remember, the bloodline is a letter that Theresa gave us, and so Theresa gave us a letter, and it says, "Dear brother, I have always known we were special, and now I have found proof. The book tells of a bloodline from the days of the Old Kingdom and its connection to the sword, powerful enough to rule the world. The bloodline Mother belonged to, I am certain. The bloodline you and I belong to as well. Perhaps with your eyes you will understand better than I do. I speak to the pages, but they don't speak back. Theresa." So then you go to the bloodline, and it says, "Through the Old Kingdom vanished centuries ago. Pieces of it remain scattered throughout Albion. The guild is a magnificent glory of ruined architectural corpses, dark and unholy secrets throbbing beneath the earth. But more survives than stone and magic. For there is still among us a living legacy of the kingdom itself, a lineage that is connected with all that made the kingdom great and somehow ended up destroying it. Whether they are descendants from Archon himself, or the makers of the sword, or perhaps those who managed to extinguish its power, it is not known. Though generations separate them from the days of the fall, there walk today survivors of this bloodline, and this ancient power courses through their veins. They may live as heroes, or they may live hiding in the masses, but their link to the sword wielded by Archon himself, the sword of eons, is confirmed in all the documents that I have unearthed. If I can find the living descendants of this bloodline, I may be able to uncover what happened to the sword, and perhaps the days of the Old Kingdom can be restored. There is one with whom all the signs direct me. Though she lives a quiet life now, She has done much to mark her as the one, and now the bloodline continues through her children, a son and a daughter, and the power that lives in her will be passed to them one day. That's the story. So that's something that you go in here to read, but you can also read the other books. And, you know, some of these books, like the Book of Spells, so this just tells you the spells that you can buy and what they do. I believe it tells you that when you buy them as well. What else? The hierarchy of weapons. Just describes the weapons. The history of the guild. You read that at the teacher. Northern Wastes, I think the teacher reads. 3 haikus. So this is not, I don't believe. So that's it. Book of Spells, yeah, that's the thing. Sock method, making friends, Windbreaker rulebook, Eyes of a Killer. Okay, so this tells you how to make yourself scarier to other people, and this is basically to, you know, manipulate what you look like. Jack of Blades, that's written. Guild of Zeros. I think the others are all read by the teacher, so if you want to listen to the teacher read it, you can. So I'm going to go back inside the guild. So now that I've read Theresa's letter and the book, I know that I am special. Okay, so I'm going to pick up a quest here. Let's see what the guildmaster says to me first.
Your sister is waiting to meet you at the Grey House, near Barrow Fields.
That's correct. She is. Let's take a quest. We'll meet Theresa at the house. Break the siege, the lost trader. You could do the Trader Massacre at the same time. The Lost Trader that you go to from Oakvale. So let's take that one, because that unearths another part of the game that is interesting. It's just an interesting thing. So let's go to Barrow Fields and talk to Theresa. And then we will go find the missing trader. So I don't know if I've opened the demon door on this level too, but I can maybe do that as well. "13 minutes in. Okay. So first we'll go to the Grey House. Now, it's nighttime, but it always gets dark when you go up to the Grey House here. And I don't think there's going to be any enemies here because I'm meeting Theresa. Normally there are enemies here. I don't know if I've been to the Grey House with you guys. So I'll show you around a little bit.
So, you finally met Jack of Blades. I met him long ago, of course, when he burned down our home and cut out my eyes. But he wasn't lying when he said he knew where Mother was. He's kept her in Bargate Prison ever since the night of the raid. I haven't been able to get inside, but the archaeologist knows of an ancient secret passage. You've met him already, haven't you? Jack's creatures are still after him, just like they're after me. I can't stay here much longer. I've left the details in a quest card at the guild. You have to get Mother out. She's the only one who knows how to reach the sword. You did read the book I sent, didn't you? The sword is everything, and it could turn the world to nothing. Oh, and Mother has a gift for you too. More power than you can imagine.
Check the guild for more quests.
Okay, so here we are. I will know quickly if we've been here before. You can see my halo. Get stuck on the littlest things in this game sometimes. So there's a demon door down here. Oops. There's water right there. You can see from the purple dot on the map. So you can talk to him.
Single men not allowed. Need a ball and chain. A posh one with a title.
So you gotta be married and you have to have a title. So yes, we've not been here. So I'm gonna go fishing because I know what's in here. Adjust myself. It's the blooming key, Jerry. Okay, so I got another silver key. So let's see if we can go into the gray house. The gray house is an interesting space. I think I'm strong enough now to go into the gray house, actually. Okay, so I am. So I'm gonna look around a little more first before I go in there because this is a heck of a little side quest. The grave I finished before you in the human race. Find nothing interesting. So tattoo. Not dead, only sleeping. Buried me anyway. See, there's some clever things that they put in this. So there's a cellar door here, but it's locked. Oops. So we're gonna go into this old gray house. Sometimes there's a red force field here, and you can't get in. I know what's going on. I played it too much. Now, see, I pulled the weapon. Is it still out? Yeah. So that's that grave that I just dug. But before I dig that, let's collect my experience here. Collect my spoils here. Ages of Skill Potions. So you want to use those when your XP or your leg tattoo, when your dusty notebook. You want to use those when your multiplier is high. Ruby. Upstairs. I think this is a 10 key. Yeah, I can. Sharpening augmentation. Ages of Will Potion. So this game, this level, I think, yeah. Oh, normal beard. I thought I explored that already. Okay. I think I have everything. I got it. I think yeah. Interesting. Normally I do this area a lot sooner. I just hadn't gotten around to it yet. Now, come out here, there's no enemies. Okay, so I'll put that away. I hate it when it zooms in. So I'm going to give you a little advice. So there's water here, but I don't think there's anything in it. Just fish. I think you get a moonfish out of here. And, you know, Ask the Cheese Gaming told me last week that, they're here. So down by the demon door, you see those two little flying red dots. So those are these little fairy sprites. I love fighting them because they are super strong. I like fighting them.
There is an important quest card guild for you.
So they put out they throw trees at you sometimes. They throw obs at you other times. Just killed both. So my multiplier is only 5, so it's not really worth it to use those potions. Plus, I like to map the potions so that when you pull the trigger, the potion shows up in one of the left icons here. But I do like to get the experience points from taking out bad guys. Sometimes it gets tedious, but you know, some free XP is always welcome. So I'm going to show you this barn, this little stable thing. So, you know, when you play this game, whoops, you may wonder what the heck is this thing. It's used in a later part of the game, so don't sweat it. There's nothing to dig up in there. Not that I've ever seen. I've tried multiple times. Let's go to Barrel Fields. I'm going to try to open that demon door. Let's see how much I'm... Half hour in, yeah. I'm pretty much got enough time, so... So as you get away from the gray house, it is dawn, so it's going to be brightening up. So we're going to go over here. I'm going to try to open up this demon door for you. Oh, the demon door is back this way. So here's some ruins.
Life is pointless. My poor, sweet Amanda. How could illness take you from me? I'm sorry. Did you say something?
So that guy, I won't say much about
I
him.
don't know why I bother getting up in the mornings.
So here is
I don't know why I bother getting up in the
fishing
mornings.
point. Whoops. It's not pointing.
He said every day would be a little better. He lied. Life is pointless. Pointless.
It's interesting. The fishing spot's
Life
off to the side.
is
Let's see.
pointless.
Interesting. See if it'll give it to me. Yeah, it does. Almost snapped it there. I hate these ones that fight like this. And I'll fight this and it'll be a moonfish. Or a health potion. Yeah, moonfish. Told you. So moonfish turns day into night. And we need it.
Life is pointless.
Oh, we did open this demon door. Okay.
Life is pointless.
Yeah, I hear you.
Pointless.
Thought it showed up as purple when we went to the map, though. Okay, so we wanted to go to Oakvale because that is.
Have a good day.
Yes, sir. I certainly will, sir. Let's see what the traders.
I'm pleased to
I don't
serve
think he
you.
has anything. Items, produce, and gifts. I think his gifts are
Get after those awful minions on the cliff tops.
Yep.
Yes.
Need anything?
I haven't even uncovered that quest yet. Wait, this is the Oakvale.
Oh. Yeah. Your lordship, we are.
What am I doing? I'm lost here. That's the Oakvale. Where's the guy I'm looking for?
Oh, he's everything I've ever dreamed
Oh,
of.
it's right here.
Yep. Let's have a look.
Yeah. I'm pleased to serve you.
Buy items, gifts, nothing. Potions, no. No. See, Barrowfield's kind of is
You
a
won,
desert.
and you allowed the powerful Whisper to live. Impressive. Can I
And so
be of
here's the
assistance?
spot we dug up the golden carrot previously. And just being sure we, yeah, took the, I think there's a card, barber card in there. So let's just go to Oakvale. We'll go to the shop. I don't think he's got more stuff yet because I think it's 7 days. He's a 7-day delivery.
Have a good day.
I will, sir. Oops. Just went past it.
I think we can do a special offer for you, sir.
Items, gifts, nope. Potions, nope.
Your
let's-
arena triumph is incredible.
Let's do this quest.
Ha! Yeah!
like to do the side quest before I do the main quest, because otherwise you lose them sometimes. Just making sure I opened it, but I'm 95% sure I did. Yep.
Ah, there is an important quest card.
See, sometimes I think, you know, just take the quest card so you stop getting those interruptions. The Guildmaster just is unrelenting sometimes. So this is the clifftop path we cleared before from the bandits when we went into the bandit camp. So I'm gonna break these. So I got one health potion and I got a shoulder tattoo. So that's something I really didn't do before. And I think along this empty road, there's gonna be lots of those. So it's going to be a little reason to do this quest, because this quest is along this abandoned road.
Please help me. Thomas, my brother, is lost somewhere up ahead. Follow me. I think he's somewhere up here.
Yes, sir.
He's deeper into the forest. I'm too scared to go in.
I mean, this thing is a nasty basement. This is like Lucille in The Walking Dead, I guess. So here's a bed. There's a barrel, but it's not. It's already busted. Another dude up here. If I had Assassin Rush, I could just rush up on him. So a couple hits for these guys. There's some more probably up this. Now, did I get these two back here? Yeah. There's more guys up ahead. So I know that there were some good potions back in that corner from another playthrough. It's funny because your joystick, when you miss, vibrates when you're hitting the walls and such. It sounded like somebody came up from behind me, but that was not. There's another guy around here somewhere. He's back this way. Where is he? Where is he? I want to get that little drumbeat thing if there wasn't. That's the only thing about this game. The music kind of lets you know when enemies are nearby. Oops, wrong button. A couple somersaults.
Over here!
Who's hitting me?
Help me, I'm lost! Please help! I'll follow you back to my brother. You must have seen him.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, yes!
Quick! Get me out of here!
I'm following! I'm following!
This is...
Hey!
How can I have been so stupid?
Oh, dear.
So I got 19,000 there.
Where are you? Hey!
You just whoop. No.
I'm scared!
18,000. It's not bad. Could be better. Could be worse. I should have mapped them. I'd have gotten 20,000 for each of them.
Quick! Get me out of here!
Yes, sir.
Quick! Get me out of here!
Hey!
This is scary!
Really? No. Just trying to pull up my
This is
experience points.
scary!
So there's a couple guys that are showing up. They're behind us.
Stop!
Hey!
How could I have been so stupid? This is scary!
Now you remember, I just upped my... Where's everybody else?
How could I have been so stupid?
I'm following! I'm following! Oh, you found him. Oh, thank ye, thank ye. Here, have this. You might make sense of it.
Treasure Clue 2.
You have found your first treasure clue. Rumors abound that an item of value lies hidden somewhere in Albion. The clues should lead you to it. I understand there are 6 of them in all.
I should just warp. Okay, so I'm gonna warp. So there's another quest. I'm not gonna do the quest. I'm just gonna go to Bowerstone South because Lady Grey told me to meet her. We just went to her house. And picked up a dusty notebook, which we'll read it next time. But I want to show you a store that's in Bowerstone North because I've been invited to Bowerstone North, and I don't know if I ever played it on this walkthrough, but in Bowerstone South there's that nice walkway. This right here. So this is the slums. Before I do that, let's check and see if I don't think it is anymore. Barrels are there. Might be open. Oh, the tavern doors are locked. So I got into those before. So that's evil. You get evil for doing that. Didn't get anything out of it either.
Hey, mister! Do you have any hero dolls?
Uh-oh.
You have? Brilliant! My teacher has a really rare doll. He doesn't let us play with it because it's so rare. There are 7 dolls in all, he says. If you get them all, please go and see our teacher. I should get back to school now. Bye!
So I've never gotten all the hero dolls. You get it by playing the little side games. I think my brother did it once before. Like the blackjack and the what's missing and all of that stuff. But now we're gonna go into Bowerstone Mall.
Yoo-hoo! Nice work.
So the doors appear open.
Oh, hello there. Oh, yes. You're well known enough to come in.
Normally they turn you away before you win the arena.
Welcome to Bowerstone North, hero. This is a quiet district, and we like to keep it that way. We don't tolerate uncivil behaviour here, so mind you don't end up in our holding cell. We have a raving lunatic locked up right now, but he won't be seeing many more sunrises, if you know what I mean. Now, Lady Grey desires to speak with you. You'll find her grace in the gardens outside her mansion. This is a great honour, even for a hero, so mind your manners.
Okay, so it is nighttime. So you have to be careful. So I don't know if I bought the whole Bowerstone, but you can just sleep in the bar for 35 gold, which I think is what I'm going to do. Because it's right outside the doors here. See, the problem is everybody's going to be like, hooray! I'm getting in the way.
Yeah!
Master,
See?
always a pleasure to serve.
Come on.
Yes!
Yeah. Everybody's upstairs. What the hell are they doing?
He's wonderful. Yeah!
Come downstairs.
Beer?
Chuck us over a beer, would
Yeah!
Yoo-hoo! Beer.
There's an important quest card guild for you.
Somebody just fell in love with me. That's
Chuck
what
us
that
over a beer,
little
would you?
sound is. And I didn't do anything to make them fall in love with me. So once they fall in love with you, you can get them a wedding ring and you can get married. And you're paid in dollars.
Hooray!
Play card pairs.
Yeah, card pairs.
Can I have?
That's another one. So we'll do a little bit here in Bowerstone. We'll go back to the Heroes Guild, and then I'll save and I'll call it an episode. I've been streaming for over 5 hours right now. Long day. Okay, so straight ahead is the shop in Bowerstone North.
Take it, kid. Paladin.
So before we buy anything, we're gonna rob his chest. 500 gold.
Oh, yes!
Oh yes, you just robbed him.
Wow! You've come to the right place.
Okay, so first we're gonna go through items, potions. Gotta get those will potions. We'll buy some health potions too. I don't really use those that much, but it doesn't hurt. Gifts. Now here, 31 diamonds. You can make serious money with these diamonds. 6 emeralds, not that many emeralds. They're expensive. 11 rubies. 6 sapphires. And this is not his best day. So black rose. So I know I need a black rose, so I'm gonna buy those. Potions, so others. Health augmentation. So that when you put it in a sword, makes your health go up. And a doll of you, my maximum. Thunder doll, I already own 6, so I'm not gonna buy it. I only need 1. Okay, so that's it for items. Clothing. Torso. Guard shirt. So now I have most of a guard outfit. Nothing else. This is why I wanted to come to the store. This is why I wanted to save some money up. So there's 1 melee weapon that I do not currently have. And so we'll scroll down. Solus Greatsword. 77,000, 78,000 gold. Now I have plenty to buy that. But this, I think, is the best weapon in the game. I've not had anything that has larger damage. It has 1 slot available. And you can put in, there's all sorts of augmentations. I would say if you get it this early in the game, wait. Because there's other augmentations down the road. This sword is greater than anything else you have. And so, please note it's not allowed.
The archaeologist has been imprisoned. Wow!
So there's a lot to do here in Bowerstone. But I'm rolling up on 50 minutes for this episode. So I'm just going to go back to the Heroes Guild. We'll save, and then we'll save it for next week. Know if I own the house yet. Let's see if I own the house. Because normally I rent this house out. But I may not be this time. Ooh, all these barrels. Can't do nothing because I'm trying to be good. So this is the house. So I think this is my house. The door is open. No. Sorry, that fly is bugging the crap out of me. I'm not gonna rent it. Normally I do, but I'm not gonna rent it. I'm gonna see if I can marry Lady Grey. Man, I can kick that chicken far. I should go to Oakvale. Yeah, so I'm kind of out of weapons at this point. Our weapons that you picking up. There are better weapons, not better weapons, but there are other good weapons in the game, but none better than the one that I just purchased. It's very expensive, so I think when we played it back in 05, I never had enough gold. I never was able, because I wasn't doing that exploit. Once we figured out the exploit, it was all over. I mean, you could buy potions and gold, or weapons and everything you wanted. You could collect everything. So, I don't think I have enough XP.
Your sister left a quest card for you. I suggest you take it.
And I'm not going to take it yet. That's Rescue the Archaeologist. And then there's this Break the Siege. That's in Notholglade, so we'll do that first next time.
Hooray!
So I'm just going to back out and start. It's crazy. I played 2.5 hours and haven't saved. There's the automatic saves that have happened. So we're going to save over this one. We'll have save 3.
Hooray! Oh, nice to see you here.
So that's my episode for today. I hope you enjoyed watching it. I know I'm not the best gamer out there, but I'm trying to bring you some information and some gameplay of my extensive collection. I'd like to remind everyone that even though we may be through the worst part of the pandemic, I want you to be healthy and stay safe. And I think it's still a good practice to wash your hands and social distance. I appreciate you taking the time to watch me play this game today. I stream on Twitch Friday, Saturday, and Sunday under the name AtariMan71. The videos from the stream are then released on YouTube the following week, Monday through Friday typically. I will be streaming again on Friday. I will play 6 new Atari games and then play some more Fable for my Fable Fridays. Thank you again and have a great day.